Hello students, today we will be discussing about the basic concepts of algebra. In your earlier classes, you have already learned about numbers, different types of numbers. It may be negative numbers, positive numbers, their addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions, their phase values. We have read all about this, only of these numbers. Now, this is totally a new concept. That's the algebra. Algebra is basically the combination of numbers as well as the alphabets. What we will learn in this concept? What does this alphabets in algebraic concept signifies? Basically, the alphabets are the variables. What do you mean by the variables? Suppose, in earlier classes we have read about the numbers. What is the face value of 2? We will say that is 2. What is the face value of 30? It's 30. It will never change. That is, these numbers are basically the constant whose value doesn't change in any cases, in any situation. But do we know what is the value of x? Do we know what is the value of z? We don't even know the value of a. It's totally about our will. We will put the value as 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. We can put the values in the place of x. Suppose a box. We consider a box. Until and unless we unbox it, we don't know what is there. When we unbox the box, we will find what is there inside the box. That is, the box is a variable. It may vary. There may be a watch, there may be a toy, there may be anything inside the box which we don't know. That is unknown to us. That is, the thing which are inside the box can be changed. That is the value of the variables. That is the alphabets. The value of the alphabet changes. It may be 2, it may be 4, it may be 5, whatever the value it may be. That's why the alphabets are considered to be the variables. Why variables? Since their value varies. Now, here in algebra, the basic concept is about the combination of the numbers as well as the alphabets. When alphabets and the numbers totally mixes together or combines together, they form the algebra. Now, the numbers are basically known as the numerals, whereas the alphabets are basically known as the literals. Now, suppose, can we add a number with an alphabet? No, we can't. Not even we can subtract a number with an alphabet. Suppose, we can say 2 plus x. What will be the value of this 2 plus x? It will remain as 2 plus x. It will not change. That is 2 plus x will be 2 plus x. Now, if we say that 6 minus of 2x, what will be the value of 6 minus 2x? The value of 6 minus 2x will be 6 minus 2x. That is, we cannot add or subtract a number with an alphabet. We can multiply or we can even divide. We can add two alphabets, same alphabet, similar alphabets. That's known as the like terms. That is, we cannot add x with y. We can add an x with an x. We can add a z with a z. But we cannot add a x with a z. The addition of x and z will be x plus z only. Just like when we are adding a number with an alphabet, we can't add that. That's the same answer. That is the number plus the alphabet. Just now we have explained that 2 plus x will be 2 plus x. They are not like terms. Any number is not alike with an alphabet. Therefore, we cannot add or subtract a number with an alphabet. Similarly, we cannot even add or subtract an alphabet with a different alphabet. That is, suppose we write 2x plus 3x. That will be 2x plus 3x will be 5x. Because x, in both the cases there are x. That means the similar alphabets are there. When similar alphabets are there, we can add. That is 2x plus 3x. That will be 5x. Okay. Now if we write 2x plus 3y, will it be 5xy? No. Since x and y are different alphabets, totally different alphabets, so we cannot add x with y. That is, the answer will be 2x plus 3y only. It will not be 2x plus 3y, that will be 5xy. So this is basically the addition of dissimilar alphabets, or we call it unlike terms. That is, we can get the conclusion that like terms can be added or subtracted, but unlike terms cannot be added or subtracted. Suppose we are saying 5x minus 7z. 5x minus 7z, the answer will be 5x minus 7z. It will not change because x and z are totally different alphabets. So we cannot add x with z. They are unlike terms. So first we have to understand what is like terms and what is unlike terms. In case of algebraic expressions or in case of just algebra, we can add only like terms with like terms, and we can also subtract like terms with a like term. We cannot even add a number with an alphabet, not even two dissimilar alphabets with each other. This is the basic fundamental of algebra. Now, let's see how can we understand what are like terms. This is just a simple case that 2x and 3y. Now if we say x square with x cube, you can say, sir, both are x, so we can add. No, we have to see the power also. Here x square and x cube are totally different. X square and x cube are totally different. We cannot add x square with x cube. We have to add x square with x square only, and x cube with x cube. These are also unlike terms. Just now we have discussed about like terms and unlike terms. First of all, we have to know what are terms. What are terms? How can we classify those terms? How can we separate those terms? How many terms can be there in an algebraic expression? First of all, we have to know about the terms. Suppose we are saying 2x plus 3y. We cannot add 2x plus 3y since they are unlike terms. So what are these terms? Exactly what are these terms? 2x is a separate term and 3y is another separate term. And we separate these two terms with a plus sign. That is, there are two terms in this expression. In this expression, we have two terms. One is 2x, the other is 3y. And these two terms are separated totally by a positive or a plus sign. Okay, so here there are two terms. Now, if we say 2x plus 3y plus 5z, 2x plus 3y plus 5z. Therefore, how many terms are there? 2x is a separate term, 3y is another separate term, and 5z is another separate term. So these three terms are separated by two positive signs. Therefore, there are three terms in this algebraic expression. So these are basically the terms. According to the number of terms, we can classify these terms or the algebraic expressions as monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial, and polynomials. Polynomials is rather a totally different concept, but still, mono. The term mono means one. If an algebraic expression have only one term, that is suppose 2x or x, simply x. So x is one term, a single term, that is, it's a monomial. Now if we say 2x plus 3y, so 2x is a term, 3y is another term. So 2x and 3y, they are separated by a plus sign. Why I am repeatedly saying they are separated by plus sign or negative sign? We are coming to that point, but it's a very important point. That's why I'm continuously repeating that they are separated by a positive sign or they are separated by a negative sign. Okay, now this 2x and 3y, there are two terms in this algebraic expression. Since there are two terms, we can say it is a binomial. Binomial means an algebraic expression containing two terms. That's why they are known as the binomial. Now, just now we have written 2x plus 3y plus 5z. Therefore, 2x is a term, 3y is another term, and 5z is another term. So there are three terms. Since there are three terms, we can say it is a trinomial algebraic expression. If there are more than three terms, we can say it is multinomial. Multinomial means number of terms are more than three. Okay, we can even say that four terms may be quadra. Okay, and above that we can say it is multinomial. Fine. So these are the terms, the concept of terms. Now, just now, I'm continuously repeating that they are separated by plus sign and minus sign. If there is a multiply sign between two terms, that is 2x into 3y. If there are multiplication sign or division sign in between two terms, we consider them as a single term. Okay, so the terms can be separated by only plus sign and minus sign. They cannot be even separated by multiply or division sign. Multiplication sign and division sign signifies a single term, that is 2x and 3y. If there is a multiplication sign between 2x and 3y, we will say that is 6xy. That means there are only one term, there is rather single term, because two terms cannot be separated by any multiplication or division sign, and moreover multiplication and division is possible in between two unlike terms. We have already read about unlike terms and like terms. Like terms means same alphabets and unlike terms means different alphabets, and moreover same alphabets with the same power. Power means suppose x square. X square means x into x. X multiplied by x will be x square. Whereas x cube means x multiplied by x multiplied by x. That is x into x into x. That means x square and x cube are totally different terms. So we cannot add x square with x cube. We have learned earlier. Now, since 2x and 3y, they are multiplied. That is 2x into 3y will be 6xy. And 6xy is a single term. That is monomial. That is, if there are multiplication sign or division sign. Suppose here it is written 3x by 2y. 3x by 2y, that, or we can write 3x divided by 2y. We can say 3x is a term and 2y is another term. Therefore, this is binomial. No, this is not binomial, because there is not any plus sign or minus sign in between them. There is division sign. And in case of multiplication or division, we cannot separate two terms. These two terms are just combined to be a single term, and it is considered to be monomial. Now, if we say 2x plus 3y multiplied by 4z. Now, how many terms are there? 2x plus 3y multiplied by 4z. Here, 3y multiplied by 4z, that is, there is a multiplication sign in between these two. Since there is multiplication sign in between these two, therefore it is considered to be a single term. And 3x plus this term, that is 3x one term, and this, the combination of these two is another term. Therefore, they are separated by a plus sign. That's why here we can say there are two terms in this algebraic expression. That's why we can say it is binomial. This is how we separate two terms or three terms, four terms, any terms with plus sign or minus sign. So here we have discussed about the basic concept of algebra. That is, what is algebra? That is, it is a combination of numbers and alphabets. Alphabets are known as variables. Why alphabets are known as variables? Next, we have learned about how we can add or subtract an unlike terms with an unlike terms, a like terms with a like terms. We have already learned that unlike terms cannot be added or subtracted, but they can be multiplied or divided. We have learned about terms. How can we classify the terms in an algebraic expressions? What are monomials? What are binomials? What are trinomials? And what are multinomials? Okay, so these are the basic concepts of algebra. In the next video, we will discuss about the coefficient. How can we find out the coefficient of an algebraic expression? Okay,